Hey everybody, welcome back to another Dead by Daylight video. So, today I wanted to talk about the whole content creators leaving thing. Again, as some of you know, I did a video a little while ago talking about this and how I think it's a perfectly natural thing and how it just kind of happens with a game that's been around this long. However, in many of the circles I'm on Twitter, and the forums and the Reddit, a lot of people were very worried about this, saying that it's proof that the game is dying and that it's not getting any better, blah, 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 all the grievances. However, I wanted to ask the community, by the way, if you sub, you can be part of this, because I often post polls on questions like this, their thoughts on it, and if they were concerned or worried at all. So the question was, does all the DBD creators leaving worry you? With yes, no, slightly, and they'll be back is kind of a cheeky answer in there. And the responses was a resounding winner with 55% saying no. And many people in the comments were basically saying the same thing, which is pretty much what I was saying, where it's a natural course for things. And one of the bigger things that kept getting brought up is that this leaves room for smaller creators to kind of move into those spots. And while I can kind of agree with that to an extent, even as a smaller creator, that's not me like fluffing my own horn. I'm just saying that while it is disheartening to see your favorite creators leave, the bigger ones, it does need to be noted that with how many DBD creators we do have, it is kind of nice that there are slots to kind of fill for them, which is okay. I wish all of the creators who have been leaving the best, and I really do hope that they find success in whatever else they're doing, from Aaron to Dowsy to Slushy to everybody else who's been leaving. But this does leave voids in these content creator spaces in Dead by Daylight, and I think that's something, like I said in my video, that we don't get enough of. It's not just a Dead by Daylight problem. This has been happening in a lot of other games as of the past few years or so. It used to be every couple of years. I just hit my desk with my knee, great. It used to be like every couple of years we would get like I've said this before, a generational gap of content creators. The new wave would start coming in as the old guard left. However, games really don't do that anymore. People do this as like a full-on career, so they don't have that luxury. As I said before, the problem with Dead by Daylight and why it's a little bit more unique with this aspect is that a lot of creators in this space don't have anywhere else to go, so they can't just transition to the next thing. It's not like a Valorant streamer can't just, or who can transition to like CS:GO or Counter-Strike 2. It just they can't do that. Or like a Halo player can't just transition to the next first-person shooter, or League players can't just transition to the next MOBA and things like that, or fighting game streamers who basically switch games every other week. No shade at fighting game streamers, I'm just saying. I'm just making a point. Anyways, but Dead by Daylight doesn't have that, because we don't really have any competition, and there's nothing like Dead by Daylight. I've made this point very clear a lot of times. Some might say I'm rehashing a video idea here, but it's honestly, I think the initial gut wrench reaction of, oh my god, all these fog whisperers are leaving, or oh my god, all of these people are leaving, is perfectly reasonable. But if we sit back a bit and really think about what's going on, I don't think it's as bad as people are making it out to be. Don't get me wrong, I can see the writing on the wall with some of it, but at the same time, guys, this game is not dying. It's not even close to being dead. League of Legends, depending on who you ask, died 12 years ago. Apex died fucking 7 years ago. Overwatch died the moment Overwatch 2 came out, and I hate to tell y'all, but Overwatch 2 is actually doing pretty okay right now. But that's the thing. The Steam numbers don't lie. The Twitch viewers don't lie. Things like that. And I also do want to go into the idea of content creators being the reason this game is where it is. I will agree that content creation is the reason the game is where it is. However, I do not agree that content creation is the only reason Dead by Daylight stays alive. I really don't. And the reason why I say that is because I think people equate the idea of Twitch viewership way too much as far as this game's health goes. Now, don't get me wrong, it does matter. I'm not going to sit here and be that contrary and be like, no, Twitch viewership doesn't matter at all to the health of a game. It does. It really does. But the thing is, if the people aren't playing the game, they're only watching your game, it doesn't matter how many viewers are watching it. They're not making money off of that. The argument could be made it gets more new people into the game, and while I would argue that is true, kind of, I don't think we have as much of an influence as we'd like to give ourselves credit for. There are plenty of new people who have joined this game because of content creators. However, there's just as many who just joined this game because a license killer is in the game. Behavior's marketing team, as bad as we like to joke about it, is actually pretty good and knows what they're doing most of the time. Same with their skin department, same with all of these things. Behavior knows how to get money out of people. And you can argue that's a good thing or a bad thing, but that they really do know what they're doing in that front. So I think a bunch of content creators leaving for new ones to take their place, because that's the other thing. I think people tend to forget there's like a million creators out there for this game. And as one goes, someone will take their place, and that's just how it's going to work. But let me know what you guys think. Maybe I'm an idiot, maybe I'm being a contrarian, maybe I'm just looking at it too cynically, I suppose. Maybe that's not the right word, but yeah. In any case, I love y'all. Have a good one, and yeah. Bye!
Subscribe, damn it! I'll be back. I always come back, and so should you, you moron.